back with another video. I am finally doing the Q&A today. I know it's been quite a while since I asked you guys to send in the questions, but right now I'm only able to release 2 videos a month, so now I am finally able to film the Q&A today. And as you can see, I've got my lovely cup of tea, so we will have this. Ooh, that's lovely. Yeah, I think I asked you guys maybe about a month ago now to send in the questions, so sorry it took me so long, but I had a lot of vlog content to film in the meantime, so hopefully you guys enjoyed those videos. And thank you for being so patient for me to release this video. And we just hit 6k subs, so thank you so much. I am so happy. Hopefully I can reach 10k by April in time for my birthday. That would mean so much. So yeah. And I cut my hair. I don't know if you can really tell because I didn't cut it a lot, but I did it myself. So hopefully it doesn't look too bad. So let's get into the Q&A. When to go to Indonesia is the first question. Well, obviously right now I cannot travel because of Corona, but I've actually been to Indonesia. I've been to Bali and Gili Tarawan before. In like 2019 I guess, and I loved Bali so much, so hopefully I can go back to Bali as soon as physically possible. And second question, how did you fall in love with South Korea/Korean culture? That's an interesting one. I guess from when I was like 16, I guess, was when I was first introduced to Korean culture by my friend. My friend Rachel, she was really into like K-pop and like K-dramas, so she showed me this group called Super Junior. Super old school now, but yeah, and then I was just like, this is so interesting. Like everything they were doing on like these TV shows was really different, and I was like, okay, I kind of like this. And then I finally went to university, and my university in the UK was like offering summer school places to go to China or Korea, and I was like, oh, I probably won't get in, but I just applied anyway and I got a place. So I did a summer school here in 2016, and when I came it was just for 1 month, but I literally fell in love with everything, like the food, the atmosphere, just everything. It was such a great vibe. And so my university in the UK was asking like, did you enjoy, would you recommend to other students? And I was like, yes, it was fantastic. And so the opportunity came for me to do a whole year abroad, and obviously there were a lot of other possibilities rather than just Korea, but I was like, okay, I know I enjoyed it, I think it would be great to experience it for 1 year. So I came back here for 1 year to do year abroad, and I had such an amazing time like attending university and stuff here, and I was just kind of like, I like it, you know, maybe after I graduate I can come back. And well, that's exactly what I did. I guess I graduated in the summer, and I came back here by November to attend Korean language school, because my Korean was like basic, very basic, you know, I could like get around, you know, order food and like that kind of stuff, but I really wanted to become fluent. I'm not fluent, unfortunately, maybe like 75%, 80% at a push. But yeah, and I just really enjoy living here. Like life is completely different to the UK, but for now, like whilst I'm young, I'm really enjoying living here. Next question, can you speak with a Scouse accent? So there's been some recent controversy, I guess, as to whether this is my real accent or the Scouse accent that I do is my real accent. I can tell you with 100% honesty, this is my real voice. And when I do the Scouse accent, it's just kind of to like mess around and joke. It's not meant to offend any Scouse people. So hopefully Scouse people, you're not offended by my terrible Scouse accent. But yeah, people were saying that I was faking this accent, but this is my real accent. But yeah, Scouse accent. You're right, love, how's it going? Okay, on to the next question. How to find a job in Korea to get a temporary visa, like teaching languages, for example. Ooh, that is not something I am too knowledgeable about. However, teaching English, I know that you have to be like a native English speaker most of the time to be able to get the teaching visa. So you have to come from like the UK, Ireland, Australia, America, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, countries where the like official or native language is English. And for that you can go through like agencies or contact academies, and they will sponsor your visa and whatever. Like I said, I'm not really too knowledgeable because I've never done it myself. But I know from friends that the process is quite quick and you can get a job fairly easily, but it will not necessarily be in Seoul. But most friends I have here who teach English all had a very easy time managing to get the visa and a job. So if that's something you're looking into, then I highly recommend. If you are from a native English speaking country. If you are not, I think that you will need a lot of qualifications, like maybe a teaching qualification and like a professional like English language kind of like qualification thing. I'm not 100% sure about that. Temporary visa, there's also like working holiday visas, which I know they stopped for a while because of COVID, but I think now you can probably get a working holiday visa, but it also depends which country that you are from. You have to check like with your country's embassy. I think if you have any questions like this about coming here, then it's the best way is to contact your Korean embassy in your country, which is probably usually in the capital city. Like the one for the UK is in London. And she also asked, how much does your exchange student life cost you? That's kind of difficult because, well, I know like when I lived in the dormitory, I lived there for like the first semester when I came, and I think the dorm was like 1.3 million won a semester. I will put the prices of the dorms, like average prices. But if you don't live in the dorm, you can get a one room or live in a goshi-won, which is like a tiny room. I will put pictures, and usually it's around $500 a month. I will just speak in dollars even though I don't know dollars that well. Transport, so I take the bus here and it's pretty cheap. It's in a day $2.40 maybe, around that price. So transport doesn't really cost a lot, and food, the food like on campus at school is super cheap and really delicious. If not, then I eat like ramen from the convenience store, so I tend not to spend too much money on food. I think the main expenses come from the rent if you don't live like in the dormitory or in like a one room. And Sarah also asked tips to learn Korean. So tips to learn Korean, I would say when you're learning any language, it's very important that you look into the other things coming from that country, not just the language, so like the TV shows, the music, anything that you can kind of learn about that country and that culture is super important. So when I was first learning Korean, I made sure that I was watching TV shows of all different genres, because the vocabulary that you will learn, so say you watch like a romantic drama, it's going to be completely different to what you would learn from say like a variety show. And you also get to learn like the new slang words and stuff like that if you watch TV shows. And I mean, if you have a favorite Korean artist, like listening to their music and then maybe looking at the translation. I know that there's a lot of that on YouTube with the Korean, the romanization of the Korean, and the translation to whichever language is your native language. I know there's a lot of that. I used to do that quite a lot. Other than that, I think if you can, try and speak to a native from that country. For learning vocabulary, I used Quizlet, which is like a quiz app on my phone. And in Korean class, I would write down the vocabulary words that we'd have to remember into this quiz app. And basically you would like, I don't know, let me see if I can get it up. I will screen record it and insert it so you guys can see. So it would have all of the vocabs and then the translation and then some sentence examples. And then you can like study it and you can take a test. And then, you know, that would be how you would learn it. And they have flashcards and whatever. And it was super handy. Yeah, and you can select whether you understood or whether you need to study again. So I would say Quizlet is super helpful. This is not sponsored by Quizlet. Oh my gosh, I wish it was. So yeah, apart from that, I think like studying with a book is important, but it honestly depends on your learning style. Okay, do you plan to live in Korea indefinitely? That's a difficult question because you never know what the future holds. However, right now I am at least going to be here for another 2 years, I suppose. When I graduate, I will get like the graduate visa and hopefully work here for about a year. I definitely would like to go back to the UK one day, but when that will be, I do not know. So yeah, for the meantime, I'm just, you know, just chilling here. Okay, so this is from my friend. 노래니 가장 좋아하는 장소? Favorite place recommendation? I don't know. I think my recommendation would be around the HBC Haebangchon area. I think there's just like a lot of really great restaurants like Morocco Cafe, and they have this vegan space. Is that what it's called? Vegan space, like vegan supermarket kind of thing. They've got a lot of cool little cafes. I will recommend this one cafe in HBC because it was, I mean, obviously not now because it's quite cold, but when we went in the summertime, it was lovely. It's called Ditto, and I will put their thing here. Grace asked, hey Grace, good eye. How many hair colors have you had? Which one was your favorite? How many hair colors have I had? I feel like I've had a lot of shades of blonde, if that counts as different hair colors. I think that my favorite hair color is the one I have right now, actually. I think like a lot of you say that you don't like this color and you like it when it's more kind of like warm and golden, but I really like this kind of like more white silvery, I guess, almost. Especially for the winter. I also had bright red hair. I will insert a picture. That hair was insane, and that hair was an accident actually. Like my old roommate and I were like dyeing our hair and we were like, yeah, it's gonna come out baby pink, but we were using this Korean dye, and back then neither of us spoke good Korean. This was maybe like 3 years ago, and so both of us ended up with bright red hair. We were supposed to mix it with like conditioner to do it, and oh my gosh, yeah, I literally looked like Ariel from The Little Mermaid. And I went to Sokcho, it's like a seaside town, city, and we went swimming, and this little kid was like, mom, look, it's Ariel, and after that I was like, I actually love this hair color, because before that I was kind of like, I looked like tomato ketchup hair. But then yeah, after that little girl said that, I was like, oh my god, I'm a mermaid. I don't know how many hair colors I've had, because I also had like baby pink hair a few times. I would say I've had like 4 or 5 hair colors in general. I can't really count. And like when the red started to wash out, my hair became like this really beautiful like gingery strawberry blonde hair. I would say apart from this hair color, that was my favorite because it really suited me actually. So yeah. Hia asked, where do you usually shop for your clothes in Korea? A lot of the stuff I wear is stuff that I've owned for many years, like from vintage stores in the UK or like Amsterdam. But here, I would say like the vintage stores around like Hongdae and Hapjeong I usually shop at, or I use like the online kind of shopping stores here, or like online vintage stores. There's one called Super 6 Vintage, I think. And I use that a lot. It's got good prices because usually here the vintage clothes are really overpriced. Also, sometimes Market A. I used to shop at A-Land a lot when I first moved here, but yeah, now I think it's just mainly the vintage stores and like kind of reworking the old clothes that I have. Have you ever had a paranormal experience? So I did. When was it? It was a long time ago, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago in the UK, in my aunt and uncle's house. And I was with my cousin, and I think he was playing video games, and then suddenly we were both sat on the floor like in front of the TV, and we both suddenly just like stopped, and like the hairs on the back of our necks, we were both just kind of like looking at each other like this. Like, what is going on? And like honestly, it felt like somebody was breathing like on my neck. It was terrifying. We were just dead silent. He stopped playing the game. He like put the controller down, and we were just like. And then like a few minutes later, he was like, did you feel that? And I was like, yeah. And it was literally like there was someone like behind us. It was terrifying. That was quite scary. Next question, where do you shoot World Friends and when will you get married? Where do you shoot World Friends? World Friends is shot in Seoul, South Korea. If some of you don't know, I think a lot of people don't know actually that we are living in South Korea. But yeah, that's where it's shot. So a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you get people from this place and this place? But honestly, there's not that many expats living here in general. When will you get married? That is a very interesting question. I myself am not very sure about the answer to that. Who knows? It could be 1 year from now, 3 years from now? I don't know. Who knows? We will find out. Next question. What is your height? I wonder how tall you guys think I am. I am 5'8" or 1.72. 1.72? Maybe I'm like 1.74 meters now, I guess. I'm like 5'8"-ish without shoes. So if I wear like my Doc Martens, I can be quite tall. I think I'm like average height for men here, but back home I wasn't overly tall, but I wasn't short. I was like on the taller side. Oh, this question is funny. Have you ever had any interaction or encounter with the royal family? No. You think I just like know the royal family? I would say the closest I had was when I stayed like on the Sandringham estate, which is like one of the Queen's estates, with a friend's family, and we would just like walk her dog like on the Queen's estate. And is that even legal? Because like her mum's house was actually in the Queen's estate. It was really cool actually. It was super beautiful. What countries have you visited? I have been to Denmark, Spain, the Netherlands, Ireland, Korea obviously, Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Thailand, and Canada. What do you like the most about South Korea? I think the thing I like most about living here is that everything is really convenient. Like usually the shops would be open 24 hours. They would have 24-hour restaurants, 24-hour clothes shopping. Like it's insane. Like if you ever need anything, you can go and get it. I think that's my favorite thing about living here. Next question. How did you become a regular on World Friends? So this is interesting. Like it just kind of happened. It was really strange. So before World Friends, I was on another YouTube channel show kind of thing, where I would only speak in Korean with my friend Haley. We were doing that for a few months, and then the company which runs World Friends, called Awesome Korea, they contacted me via Instagram and asked me to actually be on Awesome Korea, which is one of the other channels. And so I went there first, and they did like a segment about me and my life and like why I moved here and everything like that, and that was all in Korean. And then they asked me like, would you ever be interested in being on our English channel, you know, where we speak English? And I was like, yeah, like what kind of stuff do you do? And they were just saying like, we do like comparisons of countries and stuff, and they showed me a few videos, and I was like, that sounds cool. And that was when I first went to do the European comparison video, which was really fun. And then after that, I guess they just kept asking me to represent the UK, England, and that was it. And I just kept going back, and it's really, really fun. How old are you? What is your major in university, UK or South Korea? How old are you? I am 20. Oh my gosh, I'm 25 this year. I am 24 years old. I will turn 25 in April. Oh my goodness. What is your major in university? My major is chemistry, UK or South Korea. I also studied chemistry for my bachelor's degree in the UK, and now I'm studying chemistry for my master's degree in South Korea. Do you want a bottle of water? Okay. What's your impression of Taiwan? I loved Taiwan. Like, I cannot describe. Like, it was just incredible. Like, everything. It was beautiful. The food was delicious. The bubble tea. I love bubble tea so much, and it was just like next level good there. Oh, the food too. Like, so I'm always worried like traveling to eat because I don't eat meat. However, Taiwan, there's a large Buddhist population, so I would go to like the temple places to eat food. It's amazing. It was amazing. Oh my god. Yeah, the food was amazing. The people were so kind. Like, just everybody there was so sweet and so lovely. And just the vibes, it was lovely. I've said lovely like 10 million times. The vibes were so great. I just had the best time ever. The night markets were amazing. And I mean, I was like traveling with one of my best friends, so obviously that made it better. But it was just so great. Like, I cannot wait to go back, honestly. Why did you choose to study in South Korea instead of studying in the UK? I loved studying in the UK and it was great, but I didn't really want to do my master's there. I kind of just wanted to leave after I'd like finished my undergraduate. I knew I wanted to like go somewhere, and I'd obviously been to Korea for a year before, and I felt comfortable, you know, making this the country that I would move to do my master's. So that was basically why I moved. I could have stayed in the UK and done my master's there and then started working, but I knew that wasn't what I wanted to do. Like, I didn't want to stay in one place. How many languages can you speak? I can speak English, Korean, French. My French is so bad now, but I studied it for A-level in the UK for my A-levels. But I don't use French anymore, so I basically can't speak any. But I can understand it. Like if I watch something in French, then it kind of comes back, but I've had no exposure to the French language. So I would just say English and Korean. Your favorite word in written English that no one knows? I would say my favorite like British word would be like lush. I think I use it all the time, like, oh, that's lush. I don't know if I've mentioned this on a video before or not, but yeah, like lush, it can be used about hair, clothes, food. It can be used to describe people, like places. Oh my god, I love it. It's basically just like beautiful, lovely, gorgeous, like mixed together. Oh, that's lush. Oh, she looks lush. Oh, he looks lush. Why you are prettiest. Thanks. I'm not sure about that, but thank you. Hey, I'm Nuri from India and I love your YouTube videos. Thank you, Nuri. What's your favorite fruit? I literally love all fruits. I never used to like pineapple, but suddenly I'm like kind of into pineapple at the moment. My favorite fruit? I really like tangerines, like little oranges. I don't know, I literally love all fruits. Strawberries are also great. Like I miss British strawberries. Honestly, I love everything. I love peaches too. I also love bananas. I don't know, I love all fruit. The meaning of your tattoos. Oh, I think I will make a whole separate video about my tattoos. Like after I get one more, I really want to get a new tattoo at some point this year. So I will just make a whole separate video about that. But this one, I'll do this one briefly. Ooh, this is the most uncomfortable angle. This one is a branch of a laurel bush, which is where my name actually originates from. Lauren comes from laurel. So I just thought it would be nice to get something that represents me. What language do you want to learn next? I think I want to learn Japanese next. I just really think it's a really cool language. I don't know, I think now that I know Korean, it's going to be a lot easier for me to learn Japanese because they're quite similar in a lot of ways. A lot of the vocabulary words are very similar from the ones that originate from the Chinese language, and the grammar is kind of similar, so that would be the next language that I plan to learn. However, I don't know if I will be able to do it anytime soon. You're so easy on the eyes. Love your Brit accent. Sorry if this compliment sounds scary to you. Are you a Man United fan? Most definitely not a Man United fan. I'm definitely not a Man United fan, okay? This is my vintage Liverpool shirt. Not a Man United fan. Fave song right now? I think that this, can you even see that? This song, I love it so much. Obviously I can't play it. Saturated by Barry. I think they're like a Canadian band. What's the country you wish to visit or like your dream destination? Well, the country I want to visit first, like after the country I want to visit the country that I want to visit first, like as soon as possible, would be Japan. I've never been, even though it's literally like a 2-hour flight from here, which is a real shame. Like I wish I'd gone a few years ago. What do you do for a living? I am a grad school student. Woohoo. Are you still talking with Christina outside of filming? Yeah, I guess maybe some people may think our friendship is just like for work or whatever, but actually we're really close friends and we hang out after filming usually because I'm really busy and she's also really busy. But we text like basically every single day and we have a group chat with Grace. We love Grace and hopefully we can film with Grace again soon. Like it's been since the summer actually that we haven't filmed with Grace too. What's the reason behind your beauty? I guess genetics? I don't know. How is life in Korea? Not too cold, expensive, and why this country? Okay, Korea is freezing right now. It's like, I don't know, it's maybe about -2 right now. That is too cold for me. And like last week it was like -15 and you know, we get snow and stuff and everyone's like, oh, but isn't the UK also really cold? No. No. Not like this level of cold, like this too much for me, like this cold weather, no. Korea is not expensive either. Like the living cost here is definitely a lot lower than in the UK, like especially rent wise, food wise. Transportation is super cheap. And why this country? I don't know, the first time I came here I just loved it, and then after that I just wanted to keep coming back. Can you speak Korean? Yes I can, you would hope so after all this time. Why is the British accent so attractive to hear but so hard to learn? Because I'm British, I don't find it attractive. But everyone always says it's really sexy, I don't know. So hard to learn. I guess it's such a distinctive accent that maybe it's really difficult to learn. What are your favorite things about the UK? I think my favorite things about the UK would be the snacks. I think I always say this, like I miss British snacks so much. Like everything is super savory and like salty. What's your favorite character in Harry Potter? Oh, it has to be Luna Lovegood. She is my favorite. I am also a Ravenclaw. Best part about working at World Friends, I would say like working alongside people I really like Grace and Christina. When we film together, like it's just so nice, and it doesn't feel like we're filming, it's just like hanging out with my friends, and I think that's like my favorite thing. Also the staff there are super kind, and even like when I film with like new people, the whole environment is really comfortable and everybody is super friendly and kind. When are you planning to go to the UK? If you're going, please try to make a travel vlog. I guess I will probably go to the UK in the summer of this year, and yeah, I will definitely vlog if I go to the UK. How could you have that beautiful Hermione Granger hairstyle? This one, okay, I use this crimper, I guess. Let me show you this one, and it's like this inside, see? And then yeah, you just like do it like this, and then it makes a wave. What's one of the most fun childhood memories you have? There's this place called the Crocky Trail, which is near where I grew up. It's like an outdoor adventure course kind of thing, and there's a bit where you have to cross the water, but there's like tires that are in the water like this way, and basically I fell in and I swallowed loads of this gross water. I just remember getting out and being like ugh. But it was so hilarious, and like everybody, I think I was with people from my school and like their parents, and oh my god, it was really embarrassing, but that was probably one of the funnest memories. So that is it for the Q&A. There are a few questions that were very similar to others, so I hope that I was able to answer everything that you guys wanted. I'm sure I will do another Q&A maybe later this year. So yeah, that is all the questions for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe and comment down below if you have any more questions, and I will try to answer them in the comments. And please subscribe, because I want to try and get to 10k before my birthday. That would be the best birthday present I could ask for. And thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.